officers. And welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to our final game here in the Regional Rep Final Champ Day for the OPFL Tier 2. My name is KJ Kennedy. I'm going to be doing the play-by-play, and I got my co-host here doing the color, Ron Forder. Ron, welcome. And, you know, you got two teams, Beckwith Irish, 8-0 against the North Bay Bulldogs, who were 5-3, and they lost all 3 games to Beckwith. How do you beat a team 4 times, Ron?
You know, it's going to be tough. Beckwith is a big physical team. The Bulldogs like to throw the ball, spread the ball around, so it'll be a very interesting game. Beckwith is going to be in the green jerseys, green helmets, black pants. The North Bay Bulldogs are in the brown jerseys, black pants, brown pants, and yellow helmets. Is it gray?
I think that's gray right there. Gray and yellow.
That's gray and yellow. Well,
pretty snazzy uniforms, actually.
It's late, Jay. This is our 3rd game, my fifth game this weekend. I'm tired.
I hear you. But we've got the energy to give you the last call of the year, Ron. It's been a great summer, and it's been a privilege to be able to call these games with you. And actually, you've done a lot of them on your own, but you've coached, you call games, and it's just a fun time here as Ontario football on a beautiful day here in the Hammer, Tim Hortons Field on WeeStream, as we give you the last ball game of the summer for the provincial championship here. I guess there's OVFL that'll be going next week, I guess, Ron.
Yeah, Beckwith had won the toss. They have elected to defer to the second half, so Beckwith will be kicking the ball into a very stiff breeze, Jay.
Yeah, the Irish and the Bulldogs, the Beckwith Irish, undefeated this year, unchallenged, 8-0 against this Bulldog team, which was pretty scrappy. They played 3 close games, Ron. I mean, you know, a couple touchdowns here and there. One game was won by 3 points, so it's tough to beat a team once. It's tough to beat a team twice. It's really tough to beat a team 3 times. 4 times, well, then you're definitely the champs. And if you know, North Bay has anything to say about it, a huge upset here. The regular season wouldn't mean nothing, because if you win this one, you win the whole thing.
Well, you know, we just saw in our last game where a team that is scrappy and lost to another team quite handily in the regular season, although the score didn't indicate it. You know, hats off to the Spears, who played a dynamite game and were right into the game to the very end. And in the first game, the Guelph Griffins, the upset special over the undefeated Woodstock Wolverines. So we have seen an undefeated team fall here today. We've seen another undefeated team, you know, punch their ticket to the perfect season. Let's see if Beckwith can do the same.
You know, Ron, Tier 2 football, I got a feeling it's going to be a well of an offensive game. We've seen some really good offense today, all day long. Here's the kickoff. Nice low line drive. It'll be scooped up at about the 30 by the big man, number 53 for the Bulldogs, and he will get the ball close to the 40-yard line there, Ron. That was number 53, Gavin Neal, on the return.
Gavin Neal is looks like one of those big defensive linemen / linebacker types. Some big boys out there. Offensively, the North Bay Bulldogs look to have the size advantage on offensive line play, but the Beckwith defensive line is no slouch on its own. Little jet sweep action, handoff to number 11 over the right side. Going nowhere was Jonathan Warren on the jet sweep there. That's going to bring up a loss of a yard, 2nd down.
So, Ron, first carry. It's 4-down football again, Ron, so we're getting another 4-down ball game here at the Regional Rep Championship. A little different than the Premier Division. It plays 3 downs at JV and Varsity. So here we go. The quarterback is, what's his number, Ron?
Glasses, number 2. Seen this play before.
McGrinskin. Wow. Nice little run inside to the running back. Just trying to get it's number 32, Ron. Ryan McColeman. Talk about that play, Ron.
Jet sweep count. The call is called Joker ISO. It is actually what the call is. You fake the jet sweep coming from the right to the left. You just give an inside handoff, trying to get the linebackers to bump out with a jet sweep. Good tough run on the inside. Brings up a first down.
Under center is McGurskren. Hands it off inside the big number 22, Ron, on the carry, and a nice little game by Jonah Tignanelli.
Yep, brings it up over the 50-yard line all the way out to the 47-yard line. We're going to have a gain of about 6-7 yards on that, Jay. I disagree. I think it's more than that. I think we're going to move it up even more. It's going to be a gain of about 6 on that.
Yeah,
we're
even
going to have
7, Ron, I think.
Yeah, we're going to have a short 4.
Short 4, yeah. Nice little start to the game here. I was expecting quads, but I guess they are under center.
I've seen this offense before.
Yeah, a little bit of it. Here we go. McGurskin under center. Offset eye to the left. There's that motion, and McGurskin misses the handoff, and he's bottled up in the backfield, Ron. And this is number, hard to get the Beckwith Irish numbers here.
I think it was number 25.
Yeah. 25, Ron, in on the play, and that is Tyler Krieger. Tyler Krieger with the play, Ron. Yeah, you got your call.
Oh, okay, thank you.
Loss makes it 39.
39, Ron, so we haven't seen the passing game yet. They look like they could throw the ball when I was watching in warm-up. Pretty good arm by McGurskin. There it is.
Good
nice
ball.
Out route to the field that you like, Ron. It's caught, but it'll be short for a first down. Number 20 on the coverage that time, Kevin Najaram.
Yeah, Jonathan Warren, on the receiver, what I call the uncoverable route on the Canadian football.
It's not deep enough there.
No, definitely not. And again, that was off the jet sweep, the Joker look like they like to do, and he just ran it at a 2-yard depth instead of running it at about a 7 or 8 yard depth.
Yeah, you got to run to the sticks, I would imagine. So they'll punt it. 2 returners back for the Beckwith Irish. And one guy in the middle, Ron. This is prime fake. It looks like North Bay is missing a guy. So they'll take a delay here. This will be an illegal substitution. And they're just going to go. So one guy short here. Nice
Good
high punt by number 80. Right into the end zone with the wind, Ron. Beautiful punt. Wow. And that'll be a 1-0 lead for North Bay. That was a 53-yard punt. Plus the end zone, Ron, that's 20 yards. That's 73 yards that ball went. Plus the 12 yards that he, so that was an 85-yard punt.
That was a monster kick. I'd not seen a kick like that at this level in a very, very long time. Great kick. And
I mean, it's windy, but not that windy, is it?
Yeah, it's pretty. It's a stiff breeze. But
1-0
again,
lead.
1-0. It's a rouge. It means red, and we were discussing this last night. What is the true meaning
you didn't have an answer for.
of the word rouge? So a little read option to the big guy up there.
Trying to get the quarterback's number, Ron. It's really
number
tough.
3, I believe, is the quarterback. Jay.
Liam Reedy.
Connor Home for the Irish.
Home on the run. About 4 yards. Ron. 2nd and 6 here for the Irish as they line up in the balanced formation. Finn. Once again, hands off the inside run. Nice physical run and a good tackle there by the North Bay linebackers.
Beckwith has 2 very, very large physical-looking running backs here, Jay.
Yeah, 2 different guys that can bring a punch. And is that number 8, Ron, in tail right now?
Yeah, they just made a few substitutions.
Saha. He was dancing and juking before the game, and he does a good job here of getting the first down.
Number 6, Jay. No, number 8. Number 8.
Yeah. Olivier Saha there on the carry, and he was dancing in the pregame, and you see him right there with a beautiful ability to get outside and get a first down here for his Beckwith Irish.
Yeah, really good first step on this kid. You know, obviously the speed backward.
Look how deep he is, Ron. He's at least 9 yards in the backfield.
Yeah.
Toss to Saha. Number 4 with a big block and a good tackle there by number 27, Ron, from North Bay. Talk about that play as he comes down from his 2-back position. River Colvin Smith.
Colvin Smith is actually playing the corner spot. You know, the 2-back whiffed on it a little bit. Colvin Smith came down and absolutely lowered the boom. Nice low tackle, tripped the running back up, threw him for a loss of 1 down, brings up a 2nd down and 11 here, Jay. And now the big boys are back
to
in.
The left, 3 running backs. They bobble the snap. He hands it off. And a good hit by number 56. Boy, did he lower the boom there. That's
Marcus White.
Michael LaFleur.
Oh, okay. Michael LaFleur. I had 50.
On the tackle. 56.
You got 2 56s.
Oh. So I'm not sure which one that was.
Well, that would be the linebacker probably, because this one's marked as O-line.
Inside run, and they stuff it. And it'll bring up 4th down, Ron. And so the big, look like a lineman in there. That's
number
playing.
62 was the ball carrier on that last play, Jay.
Well, that's not. No, that's Riley Lewis. So that's not Josh Parker. That's the wrong number for Beckwith.
I got Andrew Parks. I got the North Bay roster. Never mind.
Yeah, you're wrong. So, but I'm just saying, whoever he called number 62, I've got Riley Lewis. So I don't know. Here comes the punt. 4th and 6. Beckwith Irish. Nice punt to the boundary here to number 7. Bounces off of his leg, Ron, and I don't know if he got it back.
Tough to say.
I think he did, because there's no reaction from Beckwith. And there's a flag. You know, number 7, Puckhead. I don't know what he's thinking there, Ron. He gets the football, he fumbles it, and then he pitches it at the Beckwith player. It takes a 15-yard penalty. Ill-advised here early in the game.
Yeah, you know, we talked about last game about the key being composure. And that's an opportunity where, you know, a kid, you know, emotional moment, you're playing for a championship.
Yeah, just not needed, though.
No.
We talked to Chris Venter the halftime of the JV game. He's going to be all over that. I'll tell you that right now.
Yeah. Well, absolutely.
Against the Bulldogs, we'll go back 10.
So we're going to have the ball about the 22-yard line here, Jay.
So, Ron, when we were kids, they had a saying that if you watched 3 football games in a row, you were clinically insane. You've done 5. This is our 3rd game. Where are we checking into after this, Ron?
My pool.
Yeah, I know you are. That'll be about 9 o'clock tonight.
Yep.
As long as there's no overtime.
No overtime.
So here we go, the quarterback, Mason McGurskin. Nice little inside run. And it'll be close to a 1st down by number 32, Ryan McColeman.
What they're trying to do is, you know, I made a snide comment to Jay. I've seen this offense before. I've run an offense very similar to this for a number of years. What the offensive coordinator is trying to do is we're trying to get off the jet motion the defense to react and to hit that quick run inside. The difference is that I'm seeing is they have a fullback in there right now as well as a lead blocker.
Yeah. Oh. McGurskin got laid out there, and he was lucky to get rid of that.
So a key read that I use off of this is when I have a quarterback, because I have my quarterback in a pistol formation, is we're tracking the outside linebacker. If the outside linebacker doesn't flow with the jet, I'm pretty much giving the jet 9 times out of 10.
Right.
He's not flowing because the fullback's in,
yeah.
So he's got the fullback. So it's a different read, and I'm sure I have to figure out exactly what the quarterback's reading or what his key is on this.
And that'll be close to a 1st down, Ron. I don't know if he got it. It's going to be very close.
Well, they are spotting him as the 1st down. Looking at the referees on the field there, I believe that was
something wrong with the scoreboard, Ron. We've lost the score.
Well, it's 1-0.
4:34 to go in the quarter. Although the clock's not running, so I think we've lost the scoreboard.
That's 4:34 p.m. Standard Time, so we've lost the clock. Jet sweep here to number 11, getting to the edge there. Good gain of about 7 yards on that, Jay. So, again, we're talking that jet sweep action. So that's a slot back. Jet sweep is defined as a slot back at full speed, full motion, taking the handoff. So what we're doing there, what we're seeing there.
Please call me Dan Fournier.
What we're seeing there is the slot back coming across. It's just a straight handoff.
Oh, it's back on.
Scoreboard is back on, yep. So it brings up a 2nd down and 3. Jet motion to the left. Inside handoff on the ISO. Good job. And again, that's the
I kind of like this one. I would love to see this at a pistol, what it would look like
I've seen
with the extra fullback.
I've seen it out of the pistol because I've run it out of the pistol, but I run it with the 3 wide.
Nice little package here. McGurskin under center.
I like
again.
this. I like this a lot. I'm taking notes.
Pass. He's got his guy one-on-one. Takes a shot. Got him. Number 8.
Oh,
what an effort.
Number
8, Jacob Stearings. Almost. He's the backup quarterback. Make that catch.
McGurskin looking for Sarenga, goes incomplete.
So just on a fade route, had him out the outside rub on that and tried to hit it. Unfortunately, just a little overthrown there. I think the wind had something to do with that, Jay, as the ball just kind of sailed on him a little bit. But if he catches that in stride, we're looking at a really long. We're looking at a, what is that? That'd be a 63-yard touchdown reception.
Here we go, 2nd and 10. Here's the motion. Doing a little swing. Oh, look at the screen. Oh, that's a face mask. What a play design, Ron. I really like that. I'm taking notes, too. That's a nice little play design. They show the bubble screen to the front side, and then they come out and throw the little kind of slip screen to the boundary, and a face mask call there, and it'll be a first down for the North Bay Bulldogs. Real nice drive here, Ron.
Yeah, you know,
you're up 1-0. You've lost 3 times to these guys. 3:06 left, and you're driving to take an 8-0 lead.
You know, what I saw from the Bulldogs earlier in the season is they threw the ball quite often. How do you beat a team that you've lost to 3 times? Change.
Yeah, and they're running it ball really well right now.
Yep.
Nice little. It's nice to see a different type of offense.
That's a good job defending at that time.
Yeah, number 38 on the tackle there. Is that 30? It's hard to see these numbers, Ron. I can't really tell.
We're you know, although it's 4:30, there is a little bit of a shadow that's coming over the field here, and we're having a hard time picking up some of these Beckwith jersey numbers. They are dark green jerseys with black numbers and white trim.
Yeah, tough to see.
We're getting to the point where it's really tough to see. Number 62 for the Bulldogs is coming off.
And that's a center. You don't want to lose him.
He was downfield, and it looked like it was just an adjustment with a knee brace or something like that, Jay. But but because he had the adjustment, he's got to come up for 3 plays.
Yeah. Gurskin talking to the coach. I think they call a timeout here to get him back in the game. I think that's kind of the idea.
Oh, it's blood.
Also, it's a 2-minute timeout.
It's a 2-minute timeout, blood.
So, Ron, earlier today, 39-14, we saw the Bantam champion Guelph Griffins are back-to-back, just like the Varsity Mustangs in Tier 1. And great job by the Guelph Griffins avenging a 26-14 loss earlier in the year to the Wolverines coming out of Woodstock. And, Woodstock were undefeated and a tough loss, but a great season nevertheless. And then we saw a pretty good game in the second game where the team that was 8-0 was playing an upstart team that was a third-place team that upset the second-place team, and the Niagara Spears coming in and looked like a blowout, 21-0. Looked like it was over, and somehow the Spears made it a 21-14 game, and were very close to making it 28-21. But by the end of the game was 42-21. But just an exciting game. Needless to say, and so for Tier 2 football, the championship weekend has been a success, I would say, Ron.
The quality of football that I've seen over this weekend has been really outstanding. We talked about this being Tier 2 and Tier 1. There's not a big difference between Tier 2 and Tier 1.
Well, especially when you get the championship teams, there should be, near the Tier 1 caliber, and maybe you'll see a team like Vaughan move up, Ron.
Yeah, like I wouldn't be surprised to see, all those, like every one of these teams that are out here today could have played very deep into a playoff in a Tier 1 level championship game as well. So I know a lot of it has to do with the locations and the centers populations.
McGurskin under center. Drops back. He's got his man. Pump fakes. McGurskin decides to run. He's got some room, Ron, and he's going to get probably about a yard short.
Yeah, he's
nice little escapability.
He's going to be short of the first down by about 2 or 3 yards here by the looks of it, Jay. But a good little play design. That time you go to show the jet, you come out of it, and you're in an obviously passing situation there. So again, just really like the play design so far here by the Bulldogs, Jay.
And you're keeping the ball away from this dangerous Beckwith offense.
Yep.
3rd and about 2, Ron. Jet motion, inside handoff, and they got the first down a little bit more. Number 32, rumbling and stumbling, Ryan McColeman. First down for the...
Well,
there's a flag here.
We got some late flags here for some extracurricular activity. I believe this is going to be against the Beckwith Irish. Here, Jay, I believe somebody wish kind greetings to somebody else.
No, unnecessary roughness, North Bay. So that's twice now North Bay has taken dumb penalties. So it'll be a first down, Ron, but they'll get a 15-yard penalty.
This is kind of what we saw. This is so far a combination of both the games we saw, where in the first game we saw, Jay, it really was the time of possession factor for the Griffins really taking a toll on the Wolverines late, and the other part, the only part that really kept that second game close was the composure issue. So we're seeing a little bit of both. We're seeing the Bulldogs.
Vaughn in that last game probably took in excess of 300 yards in penalties.
And we literally are not exaggerating when we say that. There were 6 offside calls within an 8-play span. And it was the same offside every time.
But the 15-yarders are the ones that I'm talking about. They had at least 10.
Yeah, they had a lot.
Here it is. Inside handoff to big number 22. He bumbles and stumbles, and he's going to get on that carry run. Tignanelli. Going to get about 7, Ron.
They're running, what they're doing off that, and I'm just kind of picking up now, they just ran a little trap play on that. Just a fullback little trap off that jet motion.
Trap sweep boot from CCH.
Yeah.
4-down football, it's unstoppable. It's got him. Good throw. Oh. Receiver kind of faded away, but he had him. McGurskin had him and throwing on the run. I'd like to see him set up there and just kind of put it on the receiver.
Well, he also, the other thing that we both saw the guy in the flat, and we were both looking down there, and I'm looking downfield afterwards, and I believe it's number 12 or 13 for North Bay. I think it's going to be 12, which is going to be
Evan DeRosier.
Oh, okay. We've got the wrong rosters again. So DeRosier was wide open down the seam on the post pattern for a touchdown.
Nice little jump cut there, Ron. I really like this 32, Ryan McColeman. Little jump cut, hurdles the guy, and gets a first down.
First down,
This is something I think we might see in the LMFA this year.
We've seen something like it,
I know,
but I really,
like you.
I really like the speed and the quickness of this.
In 4-down football, it's very difficult to stop this.
Yeah. You start the motion, you get the right guy.
Another blood thing, I think, Ron. I don't know what's going on. They keep calling them out for blood. Timeout, North Bay. That's their first one here of the first half. 11 seconds to go here, and it's 1-0 North Bay. Ron, WeeStream and OPFL partnering up here today to bring you this great game, and Tier 2 Champ Day is almost in the books. But right now, a pretty good football game, Ron. 1-0 here. 11 seconds left to go here in the first quarter.
It's been absolutely dominated by the North Bay Bulldogs so far today, Jay. It really is. It's a fantastic
They've
game.
won the first quarter for sure.
Yeah, Beckwith has had the ball 3 or 4 plays.
Yeah.
It's
Beckwith got a first down, and then they added about 8 plays. But like you said, the time possession is definitely in favor of the Bulldogs.
I'm really liking this. I'm hoping that there's, I posted up there, hey, if you miss my raspy voice, this is where I'm going to be this weekend. I'm really hoping that there's not a lot of coaches around watching this game, because I'm taking notes, and I'll be definitely running
nice
a
to run in
variation of this.
the LMFA.
Yeah, I'll definitely be running a variation of this. You're always looking to change and adapt, but I really like the speed that this is coming at you with.
Definitely a fun offense to run. It's nice to see something we haven't seen, even though we've seen it kind of out of the pistol. Under center, offset left motion. Hands off the jet sweep. And they get about 4 or 5.
Helmet went off, and I'm not sure if it went off on his own, if he's going to have to leave the field for 3 plays or not, Jay.
Ron. I didn't see a high tackle, so it looked like it just popped off.
It's a game of 4, 2nd and 6.
No, they're not making
they didn't
play.
take him out, so they're going to say the defense is the reason why it came off.
Saying the ball was dead before the helmet came off.
2nd and 6 here, Ron.
2nd and 6. Ball is on the 25-yard line. Ball's middle of the field, Jay.
Under center is Mason McGricken. Motion. Inside run to 32. Coleman with a little, I love that jump step he does, Ron. Kind of resets himself as he's carrying the ball. Follows his block from number 22, Jonah Tiganali. And he's going to be close to another first down for the Bulldogs.
Yeah, and again, it's off and offset, so you're running a power inside, you're running the sweep.
3rd and inches, Ron.
Yeah, the other thing that it's coming off this, knowing the sequence that's coming, is the quarterback, when that defensive end starts crashing down, he's got to pull and he's got to run to the other side.
Yeah, that'll be fun to watch. So 1 quarter in the books here on WeeStream. It's 1-0 for North Bay over Beckwith, and we're getting ready for the 2nd quarter, Ron. And seen some talented players today. The quarterback last game for Niagara. So just on the first game, there was tons of offensive players all over the field. That number 30, Cotterell, the 94-yard run to salt the game away for his team, and some great quarterback play today.
Yes, that's been really for me the highlight. We talked earlier in one of the games. Again, this is my I'm going into my 21st year of coaching football in the province, and the question posed to me was, what are some of the big changes I've seen? The level of quarterback play that I've seen over the last couple of decades has just been phenomenal in the province. You've got kids, how many kids from London started at CIS programs across the country over the last couple of years? It's just been outstanding. So the development of quarterback, the emphasis at the grassroots level with a lot of coaches developing these quarterbacks, and you really do get to see it at these levels here today. So it's been quite nice to see. The most important thing too, Ron, is as you're seeing the development, all these different camps and different people getting involved. CFL players giving back, like Jacob Ruby and the camp that he runs for the O-line. So a lot of great development off season that happens. And I know people say don't specialize, but this is a game, if you want to get good at it, you got to be practicing it. Oh, there's the inside run by McGricken, and he gets about 5 or 6 on a big first down. So that time they just went trips to the
goose and go, the old Ron for a goose and go.
If they can't hear your cadence, they don't know when the ball's coming.
Who's the goose, Ron? 1st and goal here for the North Bay Bulldogs, and
for the record, the center is.
Yeah, we've been doing this for a long time. But just glad to be a part of it and to be able to bring this to you. If you can't be here, great opportunity to see youth football at the grassroots level. There's the jet sweep. And this man's got some room. He's got some speed. And just a beautiful run by number 27, Ron, or 87?
87.
River Colvin Smith. 87? 87 is Jacob Brazeau. And what speed did he show? And what a drive. 8-0 potentially here for North Bay. Was the extra point looms. It's actually 7-0, 11:08 to go here, Ron.
I'm very, very impressed with that drive. Time consuming.
That looks like
inside, outside.
I feel like you're down the sideline.
I've seen. I'm telling you, I've seen this offense before.
Just a little different though, under center. That's all.
Different
rhythm to it. And the good thing about it, Ron, is you don't have to worry about the snaps.
Well, years ago, I actually used to run it under center with a.
That ball went out of the stadium, Ron.
That's going to be a problem, I believe, because that's the only one. So again, it's 8-0 here, as the referee is maybe going outside of the stadium to get the ball. No, we do have another one.
So a beautiful day as we culminate here in the Hammer. North Bay Bulldogs with an 8-0 lead. The upstarts losing 3 times to Beckwith this year, and like we said, Ron, beating a team once is tough, twice is very tough, 3 times is nearly impossible, but 4 times, I think North Bay's figured some things out here, and they've got a nice little roll here on offense.
I don't ever recall a time where a team has played someone else 4 times in a season.
I think last year in the MFA, I think it happened to Bruno, didn't it? And they lost
4 times?
Yeah. 4th time they lost to Cambridge in playoffs in overtime.
No, it was the 3rd time. They played them twice.
They played them 3 in the regular season. Bruno, believe me, Ron, I was dealing with the phone calls. Bruno going crazy. Remember they lost twice, beat them once.
Yeah.
And then they lost the last one.
Yeah.
In overtime. Because the Durham Dolphins the week before elected to tie a game 6-6 so that they would host and force London to go to Cambridge. Tie game allowed them to get the home playoff game. And that's out of bounds, so I don't know if they're worried about the kick returning. But then a Beckwith guy out of bounds. So you would have had the ball on your 40, now you're going to get on your 25, and the Irish got to get their composure here as they're down by 8.
And again, you know, not knowing much about the Beckwith Irish other than they're a big, physical, powerful team, you know, we saw this with the Woodstock Wolverines earlier today here, Jay. Is a team used to playing from behind, or are they used to playing out up front? And it changes the way you call things. It changes, you know, your feel and composure and for the game. So they did not call him for the late hit. So the ball is spotted on the 40-yard line. 1st down, Beckwith. Inside handoff, met in the backfield. Ball is fumbled. It was recovered by Beckwith, though.
Wow. Beckwith is out of sync here, Ron.
Number 2 on the recovery for Beckwith.
Gain of a couple, 2nd down.
Tristan ready on the carry.
Pistol formation in an I. Good gain, just a straight ahead ISO play there, Jay. Got a gain of about 4 yards. That's going to bring up a 3rd down and 5 here.
Yeah, that time Olivier Saha up the middle.
Gain of a couple on that play.
3rd and 5, Ron. So Beckwith in their gun formation, balanced. Finn 2x2 motion to the right now for a 3 side, and there goes Saha, and the Bulldogs are all over it, Ron. Number 55 from the Bulldogs, Ron. Ryan Dowdell from his defensive end position says nothing doing. 2-yard loss on the play.
2-yard loss,
and a
but
flag.
there's a late flag on the play.
Maybe holding, Ron, I don't know.
No, I think it's going to be objectionable conduct or a late hit against the Bulldogs. Face mask.
Face mask. So the Bulldogs taking their 3rd inadvised penalty.
Face mask against the Bulldogs, moving up 15 and an automatic 1st down.
Keeps the Beckwith drive alive when it looked like they were off the field. 10 minutes to go.
Well, and we saw in earlier games how penalties like that kept drives going and came back to cost you. Let's see if that penalty comes back to cost the Bulldogs in this
2x2.
in this game.
2 receivers to his left for the quarterback, number 3, Liam Reedy. Saha on the inside zone run keep, and Saha's going to get about 5.
Olivier Saha the ball carrier, gain of 4, 2nd and 6.
Saha comes out of the ball game. They bring in a big guy. And Reedy keeps it on the zone read. Nice block from the wide receiver, Ron, and a 1st down.
Yeah, and driven out of bounds there. There's the quarterback out there. Number 34 was in on the tackle.
Grant on the tackle, not before a 1st down for the
Grant,
Irish.
the corner,
at the Bulldog, 37.
in on the tackle there.
Did you get the receiver's number, Ron? I'm trying to find that for
Can't see
you.
it.
85 there with the block. A.J. Barkley, Ron.
Great block. Good field
2x2.
block on that.
Reedy looks.
Good
He's got
pressure.
room. He's going to run.
Goes out to the right.
He's going to get about 5.
Big hit by number 90 for the Bulldogs there.
on the tackle.
We got Raven Heskill on the tackle there.
Looks like I thought, how many 90s have they got?
4, 2nd and 6.
I don't even know what's going on here.
I got Turgeon as hitting number 90 on that.
I know. There's 2 number 90s. Grady hands it off inside to the big back. And he's going to rumble and break a tackle and get very close to a 1st down. And Beckwith on the move here with 8:46 to go, trying to answer that drive. Now, what do you do, Ron? Do you go for 2 here? I know it's earlier if you score.
No, I think you play your game. You know, you've got the wind at your back right now. You've got to count on
Brings up 3rd and 1.
you know, maybe the punt and get to the end zone. I don't think you chase points this early in the game, Jay.
And off to the big man. And he gets the 1st down pretty easily. Kind of a fridge play there, Ron.
So he's been lining line up in the backfield all day.
Move the chains for the Irish, 1st and 10 at the North Bay.
62. Riley Lewis run.
Yep. Oh, 24, Jay, my apologies, 24.
Josh Parker. Oh, and he drops the football in the screen block. We got 2nd and 10 on the reading throw to the field. Number 85 had it in his hands and just dropped the football.
I'm not sure
AJ
it was
Barker.
going to go anywhere afterwards because there was 2 Bulldogs that were screaming down his neck.
It seems like the Bulldogs, they've created numbers advantages all over the field, Ron, and that's what's given them this ability to kind of always have a +1. Even right there, Ron. You see Beckwith, it's a good play design inside zone, but they always have a +1, and here's another penalty. Let's see what they call it.
You're going to have a late hit against the Bulldogs on this. Number 56 for the Bulldogs, I believe, is going to be flagged on this, and that's Marcus White. That might be his second unnecessary roughness.
Oh, it's on Beckwith.
It's on Beckwith.
It's on
So
the running back.
On the running back.
35?
45.
Against the Irish. Move it back 15 from the
Connor Bournet had a big run, and then he takes a 15-yard penalty run, just not with the doctor order. 7:43 to go. Head coach Scott Brumman, Rob Mullen, and Rob Ham cannot be happy right now.
Well, no, and not only that, it's a dead ball foul, so it's 15 yards after the spot of the
third
foul.
down.
So it's 3rd down here in about 20.
He's got the wheel. He gets hit, and I thought that was when he picked off intended receiver number 6.
Liam Reddy looking for Tristan Reddy.
So just Liam Reddy looking for Tristan Reddy. Number 2, and it's incomplete.
Yeah,
That's not what Beckwith wanted, but they'll bring out the field goal team here and attempt a long field goal run.
Well, again, the wind's at your back, and it is a very stiff breeze. You saw how
He was hitting from about 49 in pregame. This is a 42-yarder. You need another battery, guys, here? I'm good with all. I'm full.
Here we go. The 42-yard field goal attempt in the middle. Spot is down. The hold is down. The kick is up.
He bobbled the hold, Ron.
Wide.
Just as he got the ball, Ron, he bobbled it.
Josh
And that's
Strong's
wide
field
for
goal
1
attempt is
point.
wide.
Well, we're not chasing points
Results in
anymore.
Rouge. And it will
But you should
be
see it, like that was a good kick. The problem was is as the ball came in, he bobbled it just for that 1 second and threw the kicker off. Who's the kicker on, number 1? Josh String.
I didn't see the number.
Yeah. So it's 8-1, Ron, and North Bay, 7:20 to go with that vaunted offensive kind of that they've come out in. If they can get a nice ball control drive here and get out of this half, that would be exactly what they want.
Yeah, you know, we talked about the ball, the time of possession advantage in the first game with the Griffins really dominating the time of possession, and then not really taking control of the game until the 3rd quarter, until the really heat kicked in. We're seeing a very similar storyline so far in this game. Time of possession is really being dictated by the Bulldogs.
Number 27 with some nifty moves.
87.
87. So if he went outside, Ron, he had some yardage. You got that number?
Yeah, it was number 87, Lyric Larange.
Yeah, nice little run, 4 yards though. And again, Beckwith doesn't really care because they're just getting 4 yards a pop. Every now and then they get a 15-yarder and then the big touchdown earlier on the run. So
Very
nickel and dime offense.
Patient offense. I like this.
It's like the option without the risk of turning the ball over. You know what I mean, Ron?
Straight ahead
and
ISO.
able to throw and run jet sweep.
Yeah,
Really,
it's just,
really like this.
Yeah, that's just a straight ahead ISO play. Gain of another 4 yards, and you're staying right on track. 3rd down and 2.
Clock's
4 down
moving.
football.
Yep. I like it, Ron.
Brings up 30 yards.
You might see something like this in a week or 2. Call it a hunch.
I think you're going to call punt, Coach Arnett.
No.
Here we go. McGriskin.
Take the jet sweep inside that
First
time.
we
They
see
do
it
not.
going up, like 3rd and 1. And that's not what the doctor would want. You need to get a yard. Go get it. Like, I don't understand what they're doing there. That quarterback sneak, they got 8 yards on it the last time.
Well, what the defense has been
4th
playing.
down, they got to punt this one.
Brings up 4th and 3.
There's no way you go for this.
Oh, I go for it.
No, not on your 42.
Yep. I didn't drive here from North Bay to lose the game. I'm rolling the dice. I'm not punting the ball into this
You're
wind.
playing against the first place team. You punt the football.
Nope.
And he got it. Overload gambler Ron Florida. Number 32 Ron right now, early in this ball game. He's got to be one of the guys that we got to look at later on. This Ryan McColeman. He's just got an ability to make the first guy miss, and he comes downhill pretty hard.
Well, what we're seeing on that third down play is they didn't respect the jet sweep at all. The three guys went for the running back rather than playing their mans. That time they respected the jet sweep, and the wrong guy missed. Here comes the jet
right back to the jet.
And again, great job of making a quick cut. Larange has done a great job, gaining about 5.5 yards on that. 5 yards. Again,
this offense is the great equalizer. This is an offense that gives you a chance to win ball games.
Yep.
And if you get good at it and your athletes believe in it, man, it's fun to watch. It's like I said, I remember when I first started watching option as a kid, I liked it, but it was just too much risk of turnover. This is kind of taking the best of both worlds, the read option, the jet sweep, and kind of going under center where you can protect the football, minimal turnover situations, and positive yards every time. Nice little drop. That reminded me of Warren Moon right there. What a throw and all! What an effort! And I really like this number 8 for
number 3.
Number 3 was it?
Yeah, number 3.
Connor Doyle.
Yeah, Connor Doyle, the intended receiver.
Yeah, great
just
effort.
about had it there.
Oh, great effort. Third and about short 5, right?
And that's the nice thing about when you run a.
That was an old Warren Moon drop though, right there.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3.
1, 2. Yeah, it was a real high step, 3-step drop too. What I really for years have loved about the jet sweep is the motion goes away. Your eyes go away from go to the motion, and the play tends to go away from the motion.
Oh, they run option
that run.
Mason Riskin keeping it himself.
He stretches but gets about 2 yards. Maybe 4th and 3.
Fourth down, and
now they're sending the punt team. I don't get it. I'm trying to understand what's going on now. You go for it
on your 42.
But you're not going to go for it on their 54. And it's 4th. It was 4th and 4 last time. So maybe this has got to be a fake one. There's no way they're keeping this. There's no flipping way.
Short one.
It makes no sense.
No, onside. 2 onside. Pooch kick to the side here, Jay. Call it a hunch.
No, nice and high. And Saha gets it on the bounce, and this guy's dangerous, Ron.
There
he goes. What's the flag?
Got flags all over the place because he jumped into him.
What? Because he jumped into him. Maybe someone should tell this kid from Beckwith that he shouldn't be wearing red socks.
You've got 2 flags on this, Jay.
Saha with the punt return. There was a penalty marker on the play.
Crack back block below the waist. 77 Beckwith.
And there's an injured player on the sideline for North Bay.
So
first down
to the Beckwith 22, 1st and 10.
For Beckwith, if some parent yells to throw a under 18 kid out of the game, not making any sense. Maybe we should throw him out there. Well, so far the offensive shootout we were expecting hasn't come, Ron. It's been very defensive here. Beckwith coaches are going berserk right now. There's the big man and
fumble.
Oh my!
That ball was fumbled, Jay.
Wow, I don't understand the play call, Ron. I don't. Like, you got Saha, this great running back, and you're handing it off to a guy that's like 290.
Gome for the Irish.
Saha's out at receiver right now.
Tackle, gain of 2, 2nd and 8 as we hit the 3-minute warning.
The
bracket shot here. They're bracketing him.
The bracket covered there.
Like with 3 guys. Nice throw. just
great cut.
overshot.
No, that was great coverage. I know the
number
receiver.
27, the DB there, Ron, did a good job. That's River Colvin Swift. We called his name a few times so far.
Yeah,
great coverage.
The Beckwith receiver is pleading for pass interference. That is textbook coverage in the Canadian game. You know, he didn't impede him. He had full rate to the ball, and he was just perfect position. Fantastic defensive play.
So for a team that's been undefeated, 2:40 to go with 1 point here in the first half. That's championship football, though, for you. Oh, and he just overshot the. Wow. That's his brother, number 2, Tristan Reedy, on the drag run. If he catches that, Ron, he has him and one other guy ahead of him to block and only one guy to beat.
And here's the counter to that. He was also almost picked off by number 40, Haslett. If he catches it, he's got one guy to beat, and it's a touchdown the other way. So the game of inches that we talked about in the first and second game, Jay.
So these first 2 games lasted forever, it seemed. This game's flying by. 5:05 p.m. Here. Thank you for tuning in to WeeStream and OPFL Regional Champ Day action. Tier 2. Beckwith Irish won. The Bulldogs from North Bay 8. Nice high punt. 7's got it. Jolly does a good job, and he's wrapped up. And there's going to be a flag for a block in the back. Number 27. You know what I like there? He got the penalty with a good sportsman.
And he knew it, and I don't think it was intentional. It was the reaction that just happens sometimes. The player made a cut, and he knew it. And it was not an intentional clip, but right in front of the referees. And yeah, that's one of the easiest calls that you're going to see made.
Illegal block against the Bulldogs. Take it back 10. First and 10 for North Bay at their 42.
Well, 2:28 to go, and Gurskin and this under center kind of read option jet sweep type of offense comes back out. They've did a good job of controlling the football for the most of the first half here. That's the 8-1 lead, and Beckwith gets a guy off. Oh, there's 32, and this is my guy, Ron. I like this little guy. Number 32 with a nice little inside run. That's on the Coleman.
What you're seeing with the jet sweep is how they're getting success on that ISO play. Is the fullback is picking up the D-gap linebacker. The jet sweep guy is kicking out on the 2. So you're getting a +2 number advantage at the blocking point of attack. It's all this is power sweep,
right? But
with a jet motion in there.
Yeah, no, just a great design. Gurskin comes out, bounce formation, motion to the left, doesn't fake anything, just hands the inside, run off to number 22, then the big man rumbles and stumbles and gets that first down for the North Bay Bulldogs.
Fullbacks lined up in different positions, and the fullback, if the Beckwith coaching staff is smart, is tipping the play. Where the fullback lines up, that's where the ball is going. If the fullback's lined up on offset.
But it's not like that, Ron, because it kind of reminds you still of the wing T as well. So you got the wing T read option jet look. It's just confusing. And a great tackle there by number 32.
On number 32.
Nathan LaBelle.
On number 32.
Coleman.
Yep.
2nd and 9 with 1:42 to go. And Beckwith is feeling it. Long weekend, the last game of the day. Your August long weekend. McGurskin goes to gun for the first time. Balanced. Looks. Nice. Wow, oh, what a play. Great coverage by Beckwith. He can really flick that wrist. He really throws the football.
We thought he overthrew the receiver, and we both were looking at it going, okay, that's going to be 5-7 yards over his head. And again, the receiver showing great speed. That's number 3 for the Bulldogs, Doyle. Great speed on the kid on the outside there. Almost had a play on it, but again,
great coverage for the Beckwith
fantastic.
corner,
Yeah, fantastic coverage by number 5.
Brady Dillon, Ron. His boundary corner position, and geez, that quarterback flicked that wrist, and that's a tremendous throw.
That was a great ball.
1:21 to go here. McGurskin in the gun. Balance formation, motions to the left to trips, and a cluster from the boundary. Looks, got his man, and he gets the ball tipped. So Beckwith, hold serve, does a good job on defense, and they'll be forced to
punt into the
punt
wind
the ball.
and punt into the wind, Jay. So again, the field position battle is flipping a little bit in favor of the Beckwith Irish at this point. But again, I've been really impressed with the offense, with the patience that the Bulldogs have put in. Again, if this is something new, you better have something else in your quiver, because once they pick up on it, it's going to be a long afternoon.
Olivier Saha and Campbell back to return. Oh,
there you go.
That's
an onside
shank
guy.
punt.
That's an onside guy.
Just missed it. There's a flag though. Back here, we're on 4th down, and let's see what that flag is.
This is an unnecessary roughness call against Beckwith. That's going to be the second one on number 46.
At the Beckwith 29. That is where the Irish will scrimmage 1st and 10.
So Chris Venter getting the call from his crew. Face mask.
And so Mr. Raskin, the face mask against the Bulldogs will lead up 15 yards from the ball spot to the 44.
So that's good for Beckwith, Ron. It gives them, with the win, an opportunity to try and get some points here near the end of the half with 1:09 to go. And Beckwith does have their 2 timeouts.
The Beckwith is built as a power run game. You know, again, we haven't seen them throw the ball, stretch the field downfield much. This is the opportunity to do so, but I'm not sure they're built for that, Jay. Inside handoff, quarterback kept it this time over the right edge and gets
a shot, but he got the first down in the second half.
Number 6 was in on the tackle.
Jay Turnsneck on the tackle. Timeout from the Beckwith Irish on the first. I thought he got the first one. I don't know how this is even close. They got to measure that. That's close, don't you think? Oh no, it's just behind the hash. But I thought the second
really
effort run, I thought he got
That's
it.
really close. This is literally right in front of us where our vantage point is. We're basically.
I'd want a measurement, but Chris Venter would tell me no.
Well, I would insist.
Chris and I have some great stories. As a coach, I've coached semi-pro, and he's been there, and I've coached Thunderbirds and Mustangs. And Chris and I always had a good relationship, been able to talk to each other, and that's what it comes down to with refereeing. As long as you can communicate and try to get on the same page. You're never always going to agree, but to be able to communicate is the most important thing. And that's the end of the timeout. So second and about 1 here, Ron, with 1:01 to go. Inches.
If you got one, take your shot now.
Yeah, you're right. This is the time on second down. Cover 0 look here from Thunder Bay, or from Sudbury.
North Bay.
Why did he run backwards? Did he get it?
He went back on his own accord. I don't think he's going to get it.
North Bay. Sorry to the North Bay fans. It's been a long day. I apologize. The Bulldogs are with the lead here, and a controversial run here as he had the first and ran back.
Looking at the spot, I'm going to say yes.
It's going to be close.
I got dinner on it. How about you?
Terry Barkley's got dinner. I'm not risking my dinner. It's a great day here in the Hammer. Beautiful breeze. Yeah. Nice breeze here. Close out our Sunday on the long weekend. She's close, Ron. Ron's saying he got it. I'm saying neutral. Not putting the dinner up against it, Ron.
I'm so glad you guys didn't take me up on it.
There we go.
Couple chain links.
So, Beckwith with an opportunity to get a first down, maybe take a shot. They don't, and the back ill-advisedly runs it backwards. And just wondering why Saha is not on the field right now, Ron, when you need to get some points.
Yeah, again, we talked about Beckwith looking like they were a built-for-power team, and Saha seems to be the change-of-pace guy. But this is really being a game that's being dominated, and the pace is really being dictated by the Bulldogs.
Really has.
Pistol formation, and they're coming.
30 inches. He keeps it. He's got it. He's got a lot more than that, Ron. That's how you beat cover zero. Run right up the middle with the quarterback who's unaccounted for.
That great read there of recognizing that the D end was tearing down on the running back, and seeing that the A gap was uncovered there, and the quarterback just followed it right through. It got to the second level, and then there was nobody there, and you're off to the races.
45 seconds to go here. The Beckwith Irish moving the football against this North Bay Bulldogs, who have done a pretty good job here in the first half. Beckwith takes a timeout, so they're last. 45 seconds are on. 8-1's the score. Points are at a premium here. Even a field goal is important. Touchdown would be just what the doctor ordered for Beckwith. And of course the Bulldogs, with a great ball control first half, hoping to hold them to, at the very least, a field goal. They don't want to give up a touchdown here. We have a big 67 run coming to the ball game.
There's some big boys out there at the varsity level. Some big hitters. 62 for Beckwith, 59. I can go up and down the line. 64, 52. The running backs or the small boys out there. Number 45's got to be close to 210 pounds at tail. Like, there's some monsters out there. Monstrous size of this team. This is Beckwith team. The swing pass. You know what? I've been really impressed with this Bulldog team. They are out here to hit you. They are not interested in playing patty take. They want to separate you from the football. And
they understand what they're facing. Like, they've done a good job of homework, because they gave up 40 points the last 2 games to this Beckwith team, and they're on top of everything. There's the big man. Fumbled. Bulldogs got it.
Have it back.
Wow. Unbelievable first half, Ron.
Jay, we talk about how I was just saying how North Bay was really firing and separating the ball. That was number 7 that made that big hit on that last play, and look who makes the fumble recovery, but number 7, the free safety for the Bulldogs.
Yeah. Michael Paquette. And the Bulldogs are in business here in Nagriskin. They're going to go into the half, barring anything crazy, I think, Ron, with an 8-1 lead.
Into the wind at this point of the...
Against the wind, yeah.
Yeah, like
Beckwith had the wind, you're right.
Yeah, like the Bulldogs are going into the wind. There's no way in the world I'm putting the ball up here. I'm running my power. I'm getting out of dodge. I'm thrilled to death. It's 8-1 for us, and I'm getting into half.
Somebody's mad about people being under a tent. Not sure why. Tent's a nice, cool place for Terry Barkley, myself, and Ron Forda. And our
they're actually just taking a knee here, Jay, and they're going to run the clock out.
That's what you do. You're on the 8-1 lead, and we're going to approach halftime here, fans. We're going to take a 10-minute break, and we'll be back to give you the second half here. OPFL Regional Championship Day coverage of the Varsity Championship, as the undefeated Beckwith Irish are down 8-1 to the North Bay Bulldogs. Top suburb. North Bay with a big lead, 8-1 here. And we'll see you in the second half for the finale here of our 3-game champ day on WeeStream.
723. You have that ticket, go to the main gate. Your prize, and that's where we played 50-50 today.
All right, fans, we're getting back here for the second half of our triple header here today. OPFL Regional Champ Day, brought to you by WeeStream, as we're giving the live feeds here from the beautiful stadium here in Hamilton, the Hammer, Tim Hortons Field. And the breeze is just beautiful right now. It was really hot earlier today. Just some great football today. The Bantam Championship, an upset with the Guelph Griffins coming back and avenging an earlier season loss to the Woodstock Wolverines, 39-14. A great football game. 18-14 at the half, probably one of the best championship halves I've seen in a long time. And then Guelph kind of pulled away in the second half. And now then we had the second game of our triple header, and that was the JV championship. The 8-0 Vaughan Rebels, very vaunted, very talented. Only allowed 36 points all year, and in a good football game, they won 42-21 as Niagara was within 7 in the third quarter, and just a fun game to watch. Some talented athletes on both sides of the ball, and congratulations to Vaughan and Guelph. And now we're in our nightcap here, or I guess our late afternoon cap, the third game, if you will. Second half, and a upset in the making here, as North Bay, who lost 3 times this year to Beckwith, are up 8-1 in a great football game here of great defense and some nice offensive scheme from the North Bay Bulldogs to give themselves an 8-1 lead with a good ball control offense. But the Beckwith Irish, who have been undefeated and a great football club and a great story, looking to make some noise here in the second half and do what's unheard of, beat a football team 4 times in a season. And not just a football team, but a really good football team in the North Bay Bulldogs, who've only lost 3 games all to Beckwith this year in some close contests. So as we get the kickoff ready, again want to thank Terry Barkley, Dan Fournier, Mrs. Walsh, Glenn Mills, and the OPFL for putting on this day. And of course yesterday we had the OFL doing their Baltimore games. And so it's just been a great weekend of football here. 2 organizations working together, the OFL and the OPFL. And as we end the summer season, just a good football game here. We're hoping for a great second half and a great finish. As we will have the Bulldogs, they will kick off, looking to be onside here to the Beckwith, as they'll kick it from the right hash to the left. Nice high, and this has got a chance, and it hits a North Bay player, but I think Beckwith got on it. We'll have to see the referee's decision. Not sure what he's, yeah, going. It's going the other way, so Beckwith is able to maintain the possession, and good field position here for the Beckwith Irish. And Mr. Reedy comes out to try and lead his team back, down 8-1. They were without the services of their talented running back late in the half. Let's see if he gets back in. Looks like he's in the lineup there. That's Saha. different formation here as they run the ball inside to Saha, and he gets about 2 or 3 on the first carry run.
But yeah, about 4 yards on the carry. It was like a full house or a demon formation that they were in there. Just a straight ahead power play on that, Jay.
And so on the short kick, giving Beckwith great field position. 2nd and 7 here for Saha and his team, and Reedy gets ready with 3 guys in the backfield again. Under center this time, kind of coming out like the Bulldogs did. And he goes off tackle. And Saha Ryan is going to get about 3 yards.
Good just straight power play on that. Good straight power off tackle on that. Bringing the fullback out in front of him, lead blocking.
So it looks like Beckwith's taking a page out of the North Bay playbook.
Yeah, same formation, offset power I.
Play action. He's got his man over the middle, wide open, and there's a late hit on the quarterback, so a first down, and I think a late hitter, Ron, on the QB. Reedy with a great throw to number 88, McLaughlin, and a first down for the Beckwith, and roughing the passer. So Ron, just like that, Beckwith trying to get right back into this ball game.
Yeah, and Beckwith is motioning to hurry up and let's get going on there. They're starting to play with a little bit more urgency here. They
Fine open receiver there, Ron, on the post off the play action.
Yeah, you know, a great play call. You got one-on-one coverage on the wide side of the field there, Jay. I know a lot of quarterbacks like to show the short side or the boundary shot. You know, that's a lot of space to cover for one DB, and you see one missed tackle and you see what happens.
Kind of a
wishbone
formation pistol. Hand it off to the big man. He's going to rumble and stumble and get about 6 or 7, maybe even 8 yards, Ron.
Yeah, he's going to get 8 yards on the carry on the old Oklahoma wishbone. Just power football happening here.
This is some old school football here, Ron, that I'm seeing here. Stuff that we saw when we were kids. You don't see it anymore, and then you forget how to defend it, and just a good job here. 2 to the boundary here for Reedy, under center. Hands it off to his big back again, and he's going to get the first down and be very close, Ron.
Yeah, I think he's going to have it by a good yard there by the spot of the far side referee, Jay. Yeah. And it is the first down. First and goal. What do you like
about this drive here? You know, you come out, you get the rough on the passer, you go run the ball. Good drive here by Beckwith, Ron.
I like the urgency.
There it is, nice cutback, 14. He's going to take it to about the 1 yard line.
I think he's going to be stopped short of the goal line. They were motioning.
Campbell.
Yeah, they were motioning for him to go in, but this is just power football. And again, they're 3 running backs in there, and you're just matching up, and it's man-on-man football. And again, we talked about this Beckwith offensive line is just massive, Jay. They're firing off. Offensive lines love to fire off in this type of look. Touchdown.
Touchdown, Beckwith, Ron. What a beautiful drive by the Beckwith Irish. And folks, we got ourselves a ball game here. Champ Day, Varsity, regional rep action, and it's 8-7, the extra point pending here, Ron.
That was a great drive. You asked me what I liked about it.
They're going for 2, Ron. They're going for 2. Wow.
Interesting call, you know.
No, they're sending the extra point.
They're sending the extra point in. I was like, that's an interesting call, you know. You held to 1 point in the first half, and you get some momentum and everything with the wind. That would have been a very gutsy call. On that's not even one I would have made.
I'm not even sure what's going on. Like North Bay's running guys off. North Bay's got 11 guys on the field, but the extra point is good. And we have an 8-8 tie, Ron. Take that opening kickoff right down the field and tie the ball game up. Like you said, the sense of urgency is the thing that we're talking about here. And the Beckwith Irish, as they went in with their coaching staff, Scott Brum, Rob Mullen, Rob Ham, Michael Bothwick, and the rest of the coaches, they came up with a different kind of formula. They kind of went under center, kind of like what North Bay did, a little bit different with the 3 backs and pound the rock and get the tie ball game.
Yeah, you know, it was old school football, just old school power, and it was a great drive by Beckwith.
And Ron, I will remind you, Beckwith has the wind here, so it's imperative that they get a few scores here.
Yeah, you know, now to counter that, it's imperative, whether they score or not, but for North Bay to control the clock, get a couple first downs, chew some clock up, to have the wind at your advantage in the fourth quarter. Now, the way the balls have been flying, this wind is actually really blowing out there at field level, Jay. The way the ball's been flying, you can see that they're lined up right on the goal line.
This could be an extra point, right?
Yeah.
Saw one earlier on a 60-yard punt. I don't know what's going on here. Like everyone's confused. I'll be honest with you, Ron. Watching North Bay come out here in the second half, they seem a little flustered. Wow. 87 with the return, and he's going to run right into the Beckwith defenders to about the 23. Belanger with a nice carry. But it's a great kickoff, a great situation for Beckwith trying to get field position.
This Beckwith team has come out in the second half firing on all cylinders. And this is kind of the team that we thought we were going to see in the first half, really playing with a sense of urgency, running downfield, great special teams play. And again, just good. Now, again, field position is now in your favor.
Ron, you said at the beginning of the game, like, how hard is it to beat a team 4 times? It's hard.
Very hard. Very, very difficult.
And not only a team, but a good team. And this is a good team from North Bay. So McGurskin comes in under center. Bounce formation, offset left. This is running back jet action to the field. Hands it off inside to number 32, McColeman. And McColeman rumbles and stumbles for about 6, Ron.
How do you stop momentum with a good first down carry? The answer yourself. You know, again, good first down carry. Fake the jet action, just coming off of that. And just the ISO power again, Jay.
Short 4. McGurskin comes out. I have a question here for Terry Barkley about that green helmet on the field. That shouldn't be allowed. Here we go. McGurskin, he's going to go. Whoa, look at that. Play action with a reverse. To number 11. He's got some room run, but he went backwards and made the first guy miss, and he'll be very close to another first down, Ron.
That was what we call a rocket counter. A jet is when the slot back comes flat across at full speed. The rocket is when he bubbles behind.
See, Terry, this is why I'm not good at math. Ron with his rocket counters and rocket, super rocket. There's so many terminologies here.
Oh, wait till we start throwing fly sweeps.
How about we call
that
reverse?
Kind of stuff. No, it wasn't a reverse. It was a counter.
Ron Florida. You can imagine how our practices go, guys.
They don't go well.
Let's just put it this way. I'm not so nice. Here we go.
White noise, buddy.
Offset
White
to
noise.
the left. He's got the jet sweep. Ron's favorite play. Here we go. Big hole up the middle as he reads it. 87, who was the big star in the first half with the touchdown. What a run by number 87, Ron. Talk about that carry.
Again, 87 with the jet sweep action. Does a great job out of there. Loranger, the slot back, just a slot back.
Normally you see jet. You never see a guy take it through A-gap.
No,
there's a huge hole up A-gap.
What he did is he got it to the outside edge, the C-gap, but with the jet sweep, you usually see it come out really wide to the D-gap and even wider. Like what you're trying to do is get the ball. We try to tell our kids when they're trying to run the jet sweep, get to the numbers before you think about turning up. That was right on the hash mark. He stuck his foot in the ground and went north-south, and again, Beckwith has called timeout to try to kill this momentum that North Bay has just gathered and taken right back.
Well, in championship football, you love to see the execution level, and so far here in the second half, it's been top-notch. 6:50 to go here on WeeStream, Ron, and we're in the Hammer. Tim Hortons Field, what a better, no place you'd rather be to watch championship football, and just a great, just the fact that the OPFL and the Opfl were able to have games here this weekend and finish a great season. Obviously, last weekend was the our Tier 1 championship football games from the Premier Division, and some great football games there. Essex Ravens, Bantam champions, defeating the Cumberland Panthers, and then, of course, Hamilton Junior Ticats winning against the Durham Dolphins, and then the Junior Mustangs back-to-back championships with their win over the Durham Dolphins, who I think are going to be a team to beat next year at Varsity and JV. And then, of course, you flip it over, Ron, and now we got today the Tier 2 games. Upset in the first game from Guelph, and then Vaughn holds serve and then goes undefeated, and now this great final 8-8 tie. Inside run to number 22, Tisaglani. I think it's about 3, Ron.
Again, but that's if you're running fullback dive with success, you're getting 3-4 yards, and that's, again, He's got 4 yards on there.
Yeah.
And again, just a great momentum killer on Beckwith. You know, they're dictating the pace of the game.
Yeah, like they're not allowing Beckwith's defense to be athletes.
No.
They're forcing them to cover the whole field. They're doing a good job of misdirection. Here comes McGurskin. Motion. Hands the jet sweep off. And this time, a good job by the defensive end from Beckwith of trying to get you the number.
Yeah, Larangier tried to cut that up just like he did last time.
Nothing doing there.
But that time, the two-back actually didn't take the outside run lane. He didn't get the cutback lane. He came down parallel and squeezed, and there was nowhere for him to cut back, and he had no way to bounce out.
Trainer, someone's hurt. I think it's a running back, Ron.
Injury timeout.
Or is it a lineman? Oh, it's 87. It's Larangier.
Yeah.
Couldn't afford to lose him. Third down here. 5 to go for
third down and 5 on the 50-yard line for North Bay. So this has been a couple times where we've seen the situation, them run that post pattern, Jay. With the success that they're having on here and the wind in their face, I'm not sure if I go with that. Again,
I think they're in two-down territory, right, Ron?
Yeah.
With this offense.
Yeah, and again, the wind is very brisk out there.
Now, the big part of this offense is the jet sweep from Larangier, so we'll see who comes in to run it.
We've also seen
number 3's come in, Ron.
We've also seen number 11 run it as well.
Connor Doyle's in.
Number 11 is actually in
the 11 or 12? It's 12.
11's in the jet sweep position
11
right
is?
now. Yeah.
Jonathan Warren.
He ran it earlier in this game a couple times as well.
And
Coleman inside. Coleman bounces
good
it.
second effort. He's going to be about a yard short.
But a yard and a half short.
One.
But yeah, I believe that you're going for it on this, Jay.
You got to. Without Larangier, though, you kind of eliminate the jet sweep. So maybe this is the time to give the young guy, number 11, Jonathan Warren, but maybe not on fourth down run.
No, on this one, I'm trying to blast straight ahead. But
there's the cue.
Yeah, QB keeper.
Remember, they didn't run that last time. This time they run it, big first down.
Yeah.
And you can see Beckwith, they got their hands on their hips, Ron. Their defense is getting tired.
Yeah, anytime you can control the clock and keep the defense out there for an extended period of times, this is going to be the 10th play of a drive here, Jay. You know, that's a long drive, and they're still only on the 40-yard line as we have another North Bay player down on the far side of the field.
Beckwith came out and took about 3.5 minutes off the clock, and ever since then it's been North Bay, like you said, approaching their 10th play of the drive here.
And it's another 4.5-minute drive. We talked about in the first game, Guelph dictating the pace of the game, how they dominated the time of possession. They were really dictating the pace of the game. This game really feels like North Bay is dictating the pace of this game. Although Beckwith came out firing with all guns a-blazing, it seemed to take the momentum back in this game. North Bay, with this drive, sustained drive, even without points or not,
against the wind,
you've chewed up clock, you've taken momentum back and put it in your favor. This has been an outstanding drive by the Bulldogs.
And if you're Beckwith here, Ron, what's the defensive strategy like? Do you go to cover zero? Do you bring guys down into the box? What do you do to defend this
I think you
very confusing offense?
I think you have to go to almost a cover zero and almost a gap 8 look.
Yeah.
You know, you almost have to
or even gap 9, Ron. But the problem is then you give up the post.
You're playing with fire. You can't defend everything. You know, what I've said for years is what I like about the jet sweep and stuff like that is it forces you to defend the entire width of the field. If you can throw the backside post, now you have to defend not only the boundary side but the field side from sideline to sideline. We've seen them be able to do this a little bit. I'm not sure I throw it into the wind at this point, but again, the thought process is there. If you go cover zero, for me, that's one of the keys as a coach.
In a tie ball game, you don't got to take those chances, right, Ron? You can stick to what your game plan is, and then when the field flips and you get the win, then maybe you take that shot.
Yeah, and again, that's kind of the kill shot that you're looking for.
What do you think about this kid McGurskin, quarterback? I like him.
Really nice, you know, good composure, good ball management. He's making good decisions. He's making good reads. Coaches are calling a fantastic game. Again, it's been...
So right now, Ron, as you go look at it, take a look at North Bay. Who's your offensive and defensive player of the game? I know we're not picking them right now, but let's kind of start thinking about it.
Well, I think the tailback for North Bay has been outstanding.
32?
Yeah, 32 has been
Ryan
outstanding.
McColeman, yeah.
87, Lalonge has been really, really
And
good.
the quarterback.
Yeah, and the quarterback has been
And what about
good.
defensively from North Bay?
Defensively, there's been a couple kids stand out for me. It's been number 55, the middle linebacker. He's been all
Ryan
over the
Dodell.
field making plays.
The end.
Yeah. Well, they haven't listed as a DM there, but they have him in kind of a hybrid.
And if we're
middle
looking over
linebacker
at
position.
Beckwith, well, we'll get back to Beckwith in a minute. Here we go. 1st and 10 for McGurskin. 62 is the injured player, Ron. And that
Offensive
is
lineman.
second time he's come out. That's Andrew Parks, their center. Can ill afford to lose him. So Larange and him out on this drive. There it is, Ron. Oh, and he's sacked from the backside. Let's get the number there, Ron, if we can. And this is my guy. I really think he's had a good game. The defensive end. Let me see his.
It was number 32 who was in on the sack.
Yeah, 32, Ron. Nathan LaBelle has had himself a pretty good football game.
Yeah, from the outside linebacker position, the hero spot just came on the straight blitz. He came, and I'll say this, Jay, the quarterback just couldn't pull the trigger, but they had a guy wide open on the far side of the field. He was 10 yards.
So you like the drive because it ate up clock, but now losing your center and your jet sweep guy, you can tell they're a little bit confused as Larange is back in the game, Ron.
Yeah, it's good to see Larange back in there. He sat out his 3 plays, and here we go. Jet sweep action again. Takes it inside. This time comes back with a reverse. They were waiting for Larange on that. And again, makes the first 2 or 3 guys miss.
It would have been nice to see him give the ball to 11, Ron. Because 11 that time, Jonathan Warren had 2 blockers ahead of him. And like you said, Beckwith doing a good job of watching film. And they were waiting for it. And there's a late hit. Face mask. Wow, Beckwith with a face mask. Ron, that's got to be 6 15-yard penalties against Beckwith today.
Yeah,
unbelievable.
Yeah, we talked about composure in the Vaughan game. How Vaughan was just losing composure in the game.
And that's what happens to first place teams, right, Ron? If they've run the table the whole year 8-0, they beat this team 3 times, and you get in a game like this, and then you kind of your focus isn't there, and that's what seems to be happening. 1st and 10 for McGurskin, Ron. From the 32 left hash. 33, sorry. Inside to McColeman. McColeman bumbles and stumbles and gets about 6. Mr. Automatic.
Yeah, again, it's nothing fancy. It's just straight ahead power that they're running there, and they're just getting a good double team on the defensive tackle, and he's just falling right behind there. He's not breaking many tackles after first contact, but, when first contact's happening 4 yards downfield, you're going to fall forward for 2. You got 2nd and 4.
McGurskin lines up here, Ron, 2nd and 4. Under center, sends the motion from Warren. Hands it off to McColeman. McColeman skip jumps, hops into a first down, Ron. 7-yard gain. Another first down for Mr. McColeman.
And again, another really impressive time-consuming drive by the Bulldogs. I've been really impressed with their game plan today and their execution.
And your center's out of the game, Ron.
And your center is out of the game, exactly.
And you were facing a 2nd and 17, and Beckwith took a 15-yard penalty, ill-advised at that time.
Yeah, and that's we talked about composure. That's a drive, momentum killer if there ever was one, Jay.
Here we go, 1st and 10 from the 16-yard line from McGurskin. Offset to the left. Here he goes, gives it to Warren. Warren didn't get the one, but this time, wow, the Beckwith defensive end comes over. Or is that the 2-back again, Ron?
That was the 2-back. There's number
30. Yeah, it's LaBelle, 32.
Yep, 32.
He's my guy, Ron, having a good football game.
Yeah. For Beckwith, he plays the boundary too. And he's been all over the field today.
Really like this offensive line from North Bay. Some big beef, and they really move their feet well. Here we go. Gun from McGurskin, 2nd and about 14.
Pistol formation, Jay.
Yeah, split. Looks over to the right. He's got a guy to the left in the seam. What a throw. Oh, my goodness. He had him in the end zone. Larange in and out of his hands. And I'm telling you, McGurskin can throw that football, Ron.
Yeah, that was a great throw. About 35 yards.
He looked to the field, to the vertical seam. It wasn't there, and then wide open in the cover 3. He threw that ball like that's probably one of the best throws I've seen at this age level.
But not only that, young quarterbacks take note of that. When you can look off a safety and come back to that shallow post, it's money.
So here we go. Gurskin in gun. He's got his bounce formation, gun split, sends motion to the right side of the field. And he's got screen set up, and it's, good job by
32 again.
32 once again, LaBelle with the pressure, but I'm not sure. See, the problem is the one kid has a green helmet on. I thought he was a Beckwith player.
Yeah.
But just he overshot that throw. If he throws that, McColeman's still running. He's probably on the 401 heading home.
He'd be on the QEW at that point.
Or QEW, sorry, I'm lost. Here we go.
So here we go.
Down.
Fourth
what do you do
down,
here, Ron? Field goal.
4th and 14. Looks like they're going to line up for a field goal. This is going to be a tough field goal. Yeah, but it's a 26-yard field goal into a really stiff wind, Jay.
Yeah, he was kicking them from about 42 in warm-ups. The orange shoes. What number is that, Ron?
20, I believe, Jay.
And he missed it. Oh, he got it. Just hooked it in, Ron. Wow, what a kick, Ron.
That was an impressive kick.
I think it's 80, Ron.
I think it's, 86.
Yeah, the punter, actually, Andrew Williamson. So it looks like the kicker is out, Ron, right now.
Unless it's the same guy for both.
Maybe he's doing both. They have him listed as a punter, though. But nice field goal. And he gives North Bay an 11-8 lead here with 54 seconds left.
But again,
he's
kicking 40-yard field goals with the wind. That was a 26-yard field goal.
Against the wind, he was kicking.
Against the wind with the rush and everything else. That just got over. That's an impressive kick.
Yeah, it is. So Beckwith getting ready,
and they change it up again because now they've gone to empty.
Yeah, 4x2. Bad handoff. Quarterback keeps it. Reedy. There's a nice block, and Reedy's going to pick up about 7. Maybe 6, Ron.
I think what they had on there, Jay, is taking a play out of the North Bay play. They had a jet sweep call. They had 4 receivers out to the wide side,
yeah, they were going
to run jet sweep
with their best athlete.
Yep. You've got the same formation look. Here it comes, jet sweep.
There's Saha. He's gone for a first down, another 4-yard gain. Too much talking going on, Ron. Beckwith's got to maintain their.
First down.
As they bring in the beef.
Battery died.
Really, when Beckwith has bullied the league, they physically.
Can you give me a new battery? Oh, here. You know what? I could probably do this.
How do you beat a bully? You bully a bully. And that's what we're seeing with North Bay, because they're not backing down from the
Side run. Nice run from the big fullback. Look at that run, Ron. 12-yard gain and a big first down to end the quarter. And we're going to do a quick interview here with Dan Fournier to end the day. It is 11-8 here. Beckwith trailing. The undefeated Beckwith Irish.
Hold on. Don't start it yet.
First down.
North Bay Bulldogs 11-8. Actually, there's one play left. Sorry, Ron.
Don't do the interview yet.
Out, so we'll have the interview in a minute here. Poor Ron. There it is. Reedy looks, throws, and what a catch! And he's got some room, and it might go all the way. He is going to take it down to the 3-yard line. Unbelievable throw attack. Wow! Back with Irish are in business. Jaden McLaughlin with an acrobatic catch and a great run after the catch. At the end of the quarter, it's 11-8. I've got Dan Fournier here with me. Opfl Vice President Dan.
No audio right now.
No audio?
Sorry. Battery just died.
Oh, okay. So we don't have the interview?
Well, give me a second.
Yeah. You better.
Nope.
What a throw, though. Why don't we get you right after the drive? I'll get you right after the drive. Just wait 1 sec. Sorry, Dan. Ron, we're going to get him after the drive because we're going to get... do I have no audio, too? Okay. We're going to get Dan Fournier after this drive, guys. McLaughlin, Ron, talk about that play on the catch and the run after the catch.
Fantastic job high-pointing the ball. Again, we talked about that one-on-one coverage to the wide side of the field earlier, Jay, in the drive. With North Bay, their backward took a page out of the playbook, hit that, make one guy miss.
So Reedy hands it off. There's a penalty. I think, they gave it to the big guy, and he didn't get much there, Ron. Saha is calling it on them, but I don't know. Yep. How many have we seen those from this end of the field? It almost seems like it's like clockwork run. It's happened all day from this end. Here we go from the 1 yard line. Reedy trying to get that running back's number, Ron. I can't see it. Can you guys see that running back's number? Hand it off to the big man. Nope. So it looks like Reedy was going to probably look to a read option here, Ron. I just don't get it. You got this kid Saha, who's a tremendous athlete. You move him to wide receiver, Ron, and you hand the ball off to a guy who's a big lineman. I don't get it. Too many men on the field. So how does that work? How did they yeah, but they had too many men last play. So that, yeah, automatic first down. Automatic first down. No. Second and goal right now.
Too many men against the Bulldogs.
But the Bulldogs he was on the last play when they stopped him. Oh, is that it? So first and goal, Ron. Reedy gives it, and in they go. The big back. Now I understand it. From the 1, touchdown, Ron. 11:4 to go. And, Beckwith takes their first lead of the game. Now, what do you do here, Ron? It's 11-8, so it's 14-11. You go for 1 or 2. I think, get the 4-point lead. Yeah. Makes sense. So the extra point, we're going to have Dan Fournier right after this, guys, for our last interview of the Vice President of the day as we close this Champ Day off on WeeStream, and the extra point coming up here, Ron. It's up and it's good, Ron, and the 4-point lead, and we're going to get Dan Fournier really quick here in for the interview. And Dan, our question for you, and Ron and I were talking about this on the way up here, the age changes. Is that coming this year, or is it next year, or is there going to be an AGM vote? What are we looking at as we get ready for next year?
Yeah, that's something that's definitely going to be on the docket. We have to look at it. The LTAB program, Football Canada hasn't really set the deadline. The original deadline was 2020, but again, that's going to be something that will be presented to membership, and membership will have to decide. But inevitably, Football Canada is going to mandate the changes. And
what are your thoughts? This is the end of your season. First year as the Vice President. Dan, you've done a great job. Just give us your thoughts here as we get ready for the end of this ballgame.
Well, I mean, it's been phenomenal. We've had some great support from our members, and a day like today with the regional rep, right now we've had one upset earlier today at the Bantam level, and now today this varsity game, you got two really good quality teams in a great matchup, and this is really what we want. We want teams playing against the competition level that they're at in order to get competitive games, and I think we've done that this year.
Well, Dan, once again, thank you for your first year, and looking forward to great things in the future with you.
Thanks a lot, guys.
Thanks. Take care. So, Ron, short kick, I'm not sure I understand that from Beckwith. Maybe it's because of the clock. I'm not sure, but another injury on the field here for the North Bay Bulldogs. Ron, what did you think about that onside kick?
Well,
why is 62 on the field on kickoff, Ron?
We have questions about that all the time, Jay. So the onside kick there is one of those scenarios we talked about many times on different broadcasts. You have the opportunity to step on somebody's throat. Beckwith felt the last thing they want to do is give the ball back to them. You roll the dice and you take a chance.
I get it.
You just drove six and a half hours to play this game. You don't want to play it cautiously. This is your last game of the year. For a lot of these kids, this is their last game.
Yeah.
A lot of these kids will not go on to university, will not play at the next levels or anything else. So
here comes McGurskin, Ron, and the jet sweep action, hands it off to Mr. McColmy. Mr. McColman, and he rumbles and bumbles, and once again, those 4-yard carries are turning into 8-yard carries. And it's just been a great day of football. About a 6.5-yard gain, we'll call it. And McColman once again with a great feed, Ron.
Timeout Beckwith. I'm not sure. This is their second and final timeout of the half, Jay. With 10 minutes and 40 seconds left to go.
Beckwith called it?
Beckwith called it.
Maybe they're just trying to get, this is a huge play, second down. It'll be second and about 4, and they're just not liking the way. I mean, they really haven't stopped this North Bay team. North Bay stopped themselves.
No, they've had, again, we talked about in the first game how it just felt, although Guelph didn't really take control of the game until later, it just felt like they were really in control of the game from the start of the game on, just dominating the time of possession and dictating the pace of the game.
You've caught a lot of varsity games, Ron. Where would these two teams stack up in the Premier Division? I know it was a little bit of a down year in the Premier Division at AAA football. Obviously the Mustangs went away with it, but as you watch these two teams, would they compete?
Size-wise, yes. Depth-wise, I'm not sure. With the offenses that you're running, you're seeing two teams running
a lot of
4-down offense.
Yeah. What would it be in 3 downs? Yeah, you're right.
This type of offense does not work in 3-down football.
There comes McGurskin. Inside to McColeman.
Big lane.
And a big run, and this time Coleman gets about a 19-yard run. And I guess it's we got McColeman and McGurskin, the two MCs leading the way.
It's MC Hammer time.
Move to the Beckwith 44 and the first down.
Again, the adjustment that Beckwith called the timeout for was to widen out the two-back to take away the jet sweep. They're defending the boundary. Here comes the jet sweep. Two-back follows it. Inside run. You're just running to the advantage.
Yeah. Another 3 or 4 yard gain there by McColeman.
Yeah, this 32 McColeman has been a dominant player. In my opinion, he's been the best player out in the field.
Beckwith's shown more explosiveness and the ability to make explosive plays, but what we've seen from North Bay is steady Eddie consistency all around. Yeah. Every player factoring in. Larange's out of the game run. Hand off there to Lowe. He's got some room. Makes the guy miss, and he could have had the first down. Oh, he's staying on his feet, run. But he lost a yard on there, but that was number 11, Jonathan Warren. And here comes the big number 62 back to the ball game.
You know, good to see him. He's been battling injuries off and on all game today.
He's a talented center.
Very talented center coming in there. Again, number 90 has done a good job of substituting in for him. But on that last run, again, just a smaller jet sweep guy, but didn't have the finish on there to really hit it. But again, we're talking, it's a 3rd and 2 again, Jay. Yeah. Really manageable. What do? You play the outside run or the inside
9
run?
9 minutes motion. McGurskin hands it off inside to Mr. McColeman. Brup, brup, brup. First down, 6 yard gain.
This is literally just reminds me of Winky offense. They're literally just running wedge. And they're allowing
But that jet sweep action is really what's allowed to dictate everything. Nice, fun to watch, man.
Yeah, like I truly do enjoy this. I enjoy the make you defend multiple points of attack and figure out who's got the ball. And we've had conversations about this for years now. I'm a big fan of this style of offense.
And 23 to go, McGurskin, offset fullback to the right. He's got the Larange back in the game, but Larange's got nothing as Beckwith snips it out, and a big play by 77 from Beckwith. Taylor Puller and a cast of his teammates. And I think Larange or somebody's down. I'm not sure who, Ron.
I'm not sure. I think it might be Larange who just came back in.
No, it's a Beckwith player, Ron.
Oh, Beckwith player.
A loss of 3 brings up 2nd and 13 and an injury timeout.
So, Ron, as we close it down here,
7 minutes and 57 seconds left.
What's your impression of today? Championship football, Tier 2. Some good football games.
There's been some really, really good football games. We saw the gritty toughness of the Niagara team, the heart displayed, the sheer size and the power of the Vaughan team. For me, the most impressive part was at the younger age level, the bantam age level. The quarterback play was outstanding by both those quarterbacks. It was a phenomenal display. Both kids could run, both kids could throw. The futures are bright for both those organizations, and hats off to those teams who, again, battled and traveled and played their hearts out. And the fans that came out to support the teams at those games was unbelievable. We must have had 1,500 to 2,000 people in the stadium today.
Yeah, just a great day to commemorate the provincial championships here in the Tier 1 and Tier 2 in the OPFL. And as kids get ready for high school, we wish them to get speedy recoveries from any little minor injuries that the guys may have, and look forward to a great fall season as we make the march to off. So right back here at Tim Hortons Field, Ron, back in November.
I won't be calling that one.
You never know, Ronnie.
Yes, I do. I don't like the cold anymore.
You'll be up in the booth, though.
Okay, well, maybe.
McGurskin and gun, 2nd and 14. Motion to trips. He's got a bubble look. Doesn't like it. Throws over the middle. Hits his man number 8 wide open. Right over the middle. He's got some room. He's going to take it about the 7-yard line. Oh, baby, Ron, do we ever have a football game here? Jacob Stearings, the backup quarterback, catching the little post route, and a great job by McGurskin, who I really think has played a great football game.
Yeah, he's played a fantastic game, but there's the influence of the jet sweep. The corner bit down to play the jet sweep in just a simple post with a 0 coverage, and you see what happens.
There we go. McGurskin from about the 7, 1st and goal. Motion from Larange. Hands it off to his big man, and he's going to be very close to the end zone, probably about the 2-yard line.
Yeah, I'd say about the 2.
Bumbling.
Yeah, great again. We talked about the power and speed of the long running back and the Niagara running backs having great balance and everything else. This kid is the total package. Speed, power, size, and again, the one thing that I've loved to see in all these games is all these running backs are finishing square to the line of scrimmage, square to the end zone. You don't see them coming down on angles. They're finishing downhill. Great downhill running styles by both teams.
So it'll be 2nd and goal from the 2 here from McGurskin. Sends the motion to the right, hands off to the big number 22, and he will score. Big number 22, Jonah Pignanelli, into the end zone. And fans, we have a 17-15 lead here for North Bay with 6:25 to go, Ron.
You go for the single here, Jay. You put it back to a 3-point game and force the Beckwith Irish to go for it into the wing.
For a team like North Bay, Ron, I mean, obviously Beckwith's coming from afar away, but North Bay's not that close.
It's not like they're like right next door.
For them to come down here, they don't have a big bench, but they're enthusiastic. Their emotion has been great. So is Beckwith's, and we'll see how this game plays out. But what would it mean to a team like North Bay to overcome 3 losses this year and win the big one?
Well, especially when your losses were all to the same team. Like the ultimate exacting your revenge. We got offside here. They didn't call it. They allowed them to come back. Extra point is good, Jay.
86 has had himself a good day, Ron, as well. The kicker.
Yeah, again.
He's got that long single. Now, here's the thing, Ron. 18-15. You kick it off deep, you get a long single here. It's 19-15.
Yeah, I think you're keeping it deep.
And that offside might get put on the kickoff.
Well, they didn't actually throw the flag. I thought they were going to throw it on that one. Again, I don't.
That extra 5 yards would have meant something.
Yeah, I know, but here's my thinking. Okay, you've got 2 very, very, very dangerous returners back there for the Beckwith Irish.
Yeah, don't.
I actually do not want to kick it deep. I want to put it about the 30-yard line. I bet that my guys can get there before your guys can get there. Knock it out of bounds. Set yourself up. Otherwise, they're going to return the ball to the 30-yard line anyway. So, again, I'm not saying, I'm just saying, but I'm watching these guys creep up, and with the wind at their back, they're too close right now.
Yeah,
this
now
ball can sail over their heads. Right down the middle. That's exactly what happened.
He's got to get it out, Ron.
Yeah, this is a huge play. You've got to get this out, which he has. But now, you have a very long field, Jay.
That's why I would add 3 returners back, Ron. That's why I've always believed in it. It's too wide of a field to just have 2 returners.
Now you have 101-yard length field to go with 6 minutes and 17 seconds with a very brisk wind in your face.
Great offense all year round, so they're gonna move the football. You know that.
Full house look.
Full house. 2 to his left. Hands it off. A little inside run on the power.
Gained about 3 on that, Jay.
Big back.
Beckwith playing with a very fast pace, understanding the clock is not their ally. Flags on the play.
They give it to number 14. He's got the first down, Campbell. But we have to see what the flags are, Ron. Campbell's come on here in the second half a little bit.
Yeah, Campbell's had himself a really good second half here.
The matchup I'd like to see here, Ron, is they've got Olivia Saha one-on-one to the boundary.
We got
outside on the defense, incomplete, Ron.
And we got a man down.
Where?
On the Beckwith sideline, and I believe it's a Bulldog player.
Bulldog goes down here with 5:32 to go. WeeStream. Tim Hortons Field, OPFL, Regional Champ Day action. Varsity style. 18 to 15 right now. North Bay leads. The North Bay Bulldogs lead the Beckwith Irish. Just a tremendous football game here for all the marbles in the varsity division in Tier 2. And it's tough, you're in a division where there's only 5 teams. You play some teams 3 times. It is what it is, right, Ron? It's still football. It's still developmental, and you're seeing guys develop. And it'd be interesting to see as these kids go to their high schools, how good they're going to be. And this North Bay team, maybe they'll make a shot at off. So if some of these guys play together.
Yeah, there's again, North Bay is not a huge community. It's good to see the amount of support that's come down. I would imagine most of these guys do play together, in the off season. So, missing the number of the injured player down for the Bulldogs there.
And Beckwith is just outside of Ottawa, so they're not a big community. So maybe a lot of these guys play together too, right?
Yeah, exactly. Number 34 was the injured Bulldog there, Jay.
34, and that's Dylan Grant, and we're glad that he looks like he's okay. He was dancing before the game, and seems to be okay, Ron, as he comes off the field. So here we go, Reedy, 1st and 10. This time he's got Saha with 2 guys to the left. Inside run. Campbell bounces it, and he's met by number 90, Ron. And number 90 from North Bay, Mathieu Desjardins, says, not on my watch.
Yeah, you big physical at the point of attack. This has been a really great game by both the teams in the trenches of trying to dictate pace and everything else. It's been a fantastic football game, old school football game, Jay.
Oh, he got there late. Here goes Campbell, and he's going to be very close, Ron. I think he got it.
Yeah, he definitely got the first down. He's got it by about 2 or 3 yards.
He was late on the handoff, and it looked like the timing was off, but Campbell did a good job of bouncing it outside. Yeah,
again, strong kid, strong run, and I really like how they're finishing. I don't understand the positioning, though. Your most explosive player has been a non-factor in the second half of this game.
Well, maybe they're going to take a shot with him soon. They got 2 to the right now. And it's first down, but they're actually bracketing him.
They got bracket coverage on him.
So you know what? It's giving them an advantage on the other side of the field, and Beckwith seems to be taking that advantage. Number 45 on the carry for Beckwith, Connor Bornase, and he gets about a yard. There's that Campbell.
That's number 14, Campbell.
Whoever it is, they're hurt. Looks like he got folded up like a pretzel. He gets up.
Slammed to the ground a little bit there.
Yeah, he gets up. He's okay. Big 6-7 comes into the ball game for North Bay. Play action pass. Reedy's in trouble. Reedy's in trouble.
Holding. This is coming back.
Reedy gets about 6 yards on the carry. He takes a shot, but it is going to come back on the holding, and with 3:38 to go, it'll be 2nd and 18 for
we're looking
Beckwith.
about 2nd and 17 approximately here, Jay.
Yeah.
And again, we talked about timing and rhythm and everything. The Bulldogs did a great job of pass protection on that, forcing the quarterback to scramble out, and again, scramble quarterback, and all of a sudden, your pass protection lanes have changed, causing holding call.
Oh, they try to get the play in, 3 backs. There it is, the reverse to Saha. Saha's got some room, there's the block. He needs one more run. He's got the first down, And what a call. Great call this time by the head coach, Scott Brum, and his staff. Wow. What a play by Saha. You said, how do you get him the ball? Well, that's the one way you do it. Off a reverse.
Yeah, you know, that's the definition of a reverse. And again, great job. The blanket coverage. We're going to have the 3-minute warning here, Jay.
3 minutes to go and 2:56 actually officially here. 18-15 for the North Bay Bulldogs. Beckwith is ready to go, Ron. They're right on top of the ball. Trying not to lose that momentum. There's the handoff to the big guy. Bornase bumbling, rumbling, and he gets about 8.
Yeah, good straight ahead, just straight ahead power play. 8 yards at a chunk, 8 yards of the chunk. You know,
about who has the ball last, Ron. That's what it looks like it's going to come down to.
Maybe in what is being, you know, an 18-15 game, it wouldn't feel like a last touch game to win, but that's what we're shaping up for.
Campbell, first down, a little bit more. 31 comes in high with that shot, a shoulder shot. Aiden McGrath on Campbell, and there's an injured Beckwith player from the offensive line.
There's two injured players.
I think is that
Campbell's
Campbell?
one of them as well.
Yeah, you know what? That number 31, Ron, he came in and got a good shot on him, and unfortunately, as he lowered the shoulder, caught him in the head. Campbell, it wasn't intentional. Campbell kind of lunged, and is it his shoulder that he got? Yeah. So, unfortunate to lose 2 of your starters here on the last drive of the season. 2:32 to go. They're
Cameron Campbell, one of the players shaken up for Beckwith. Along with Caleb Cooney, we hope those players are all ready.
Here we go. Injured player comes off. Reedy bobbles a snap and gives it to Saha. Saha with a nice run. Ooh, what a hit. His helmet comes off. Ron, he'll have to come out for 3 plays.
Well, no, because you had the same call earlier today, and it's because it came off in the force of the defense. He's not going to come out. He's going to be allowed to put it back in and stay in the game.
Yeah, but the defense didn't rip it off and got hit and he got knocked out. I don't know. I don't even understand this rule. See? Yeah, they're going to talk about it. Yeah, I'm telling you. I think he's out, Ron. He's out, Ron.
3 plays.
Yeah. 22 comes into the game. Austin Clark. The only way you did that is if the defender rips it off. He didn't rip it off. He just hit him. Inopportune time. You need to get a first down here to get Saha back on the field. Fumbles the ball.
Snap.
That's the 3rd time, Ron, I've seen Reedy struggle with the snap.
Big number 59 in on the tackle there, Jay, from the defensive tackle linebacker position.
Actually, number
18. Third down and 5 here, Jay. Inside handoff.
Bornase, he's going to be about a yard short, Ron.
He's going to be 2 yards short by the spot, yeah.
2 yards short.
And this is it. This is your season right
and
now.
You can't bring Saha in. Isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
1:57 to go here.
And 46 is the other running back who's been playing and is also on the bench as well. he came out injured.
Let's see what Reedy does. He's bobbled 2 straight snaps on this drive. He bobbles it again, Ron. Bornase. Here we go, big run. First down, Beckwith. Wow, Ron. And maybe Bornase is the guy that's putting his stamp on some things here.
You know, a great run. He's had tough running all day.
Right now. They're going to take a timeout.
They can't. They've used both of them.
Sorry, I just saw the coach going like this. He was signaling in.
Yeah, but
So 1:44 to go in. How do you get Saha back in?
you have to substitute him.
There's the big Bornase and a nice play from the front 7 of the North Bay Bulldogs. And here comes Saha. He's in the game.
That was some great running by number
Bornase comes out
45.
and he's tough running, Ron.
Toss to
on the
Saha.
Cuts it inside. He's got some room. Spin move. Ron, what effort? Down to the 8. 1:17 to go. You got to take a timeout here, I think.
Well, the clock is going to stop on the first down, and then it's going to get blown back in. But now if you're North Bay, you have to think about using your timeout to give yourself time left to score. Do you let him score so you can get more time to chance to win?
No, I don't think you let him score, Ron. Saw up the middle, but they stuff it.
Gain of about 2 there, Jay. It's going to bring up a second down and goal on the 5-yard line. And we have an injured Bulldog on the field, Jay.
Well, interesting ending here, Ron. Tough to pick the players of the game. So what do you think here, Ron? You got 1:04 to go. Second down and goal from about the 5. 2 timeouts left for the Irish.
What am I calling, or what do I think they're going to call?
What do you think they're going to call?
I think they're going to give the ball to Saha or to one of the big fullbacks. I'm calling the skinny post.
Skinny post?
I'm rolling the dice on second down that I can get 5 yards on 3rd and 4th down for the win. But again, I've called 5 games in 3 days, so I am technically legally insane.
Here we go. Brady under center, 3 backs, 2 to the field. At receiver, ball's on the right hash, 5-yard line. Olivier Saha in the backfield. There's the toss, and they read it clean. What a play, Ron, by number 6. What a play. Number 6, that's Jay Turnick from his outside linebacker position. And Ron, that's the play of the game right now, 3rd and 12.
He's played himself a whale of a game on a number of occasions. We've called his name, making big play after big play. And again, recognizing this toss on that.
Now, do you kick the field goal here, Ron, or what do you do?
Well, North Bay's called a timeout.
No, I'm talking
here.
about Beckwith. If they don't get this, do they kick the field goal?
Yes.
Tie the game up.
Yes. You have
overtime.
to. You have to.
Yeah.
You cannot. You have
called
to.
post route earlier. Maybe this is it here, Ron. Reedy coming in, getting the play call. And what a job by number 6, Ron. I mean, he just might have played himself, made the play of the game. That's Jay Turnzik on the outside linebacker position, and just reading that toss. Here comes Reedy back out with the play.
Yeah, there's been a number of players, you know, who have made flashes of great plays time after time during this game. It's been a well-played physical game, an exciting ground-based attack for both teams, and
with some passing,
with some great passing plays in there as well. So
88 made the big play earlier, Ron.
Yep.
So this is third down on a third down.
45 for Beckwith has been outstanding. Big physical run. 22 has been good. Saha's been really good as well. The quarterback's been good. But let's see if someone can make a play here.
Reedy looks for the toss. There's nothing there. Reedy's in trouble. He flips the ball up, and it is going to be recovered by North Bay. Unbelievable! I don't know what just happened, Ron.
It's an incomplete pass. They say it went forward, and it was knocked down.
He threw it backwards, Ron. He threw that ball backwards, Ron. You know he did.
Wow.
I don't know if we get the replay, but I'm telling you, he pitched that ball backwards. Unbelievable. That's a horrible call, Ron. It was a lateral, Ron. Recovered by North Bay, but anyways, Beckwith's going to get the field goal attempt. Unbelievable turn of events here at Tim Hortons Field for the North Bay Bulldogs. Here comes the field goal attempt, and he's been Mr. Automatic all day with a single on a deep kick, and let's see if he can punch this through. This is Josh. Who's this, Josh Strang, Ron?
Yeah, I believe so, yeah.
No, that's not the right team. Here. I think it's number 1.
It is. Josh
There's
Strang.
the pressure. I don't know what just happened. They got a
snap.
fire call. It's intercepted. North Bay has won, Ron. I cannot believe what just happened. It was a high snap, and Reedy could have still got it down. Unbelievable. 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 Number 6. Take it away, buddy.
41 seconds left. I am speechless as to what has just happened, but the North Bay Bulldogs are going to exact their revenge, and they're going to become the Ontario champions in the OPFL Division 2. A fantastic hard fat bottle by both teams here, Jay. It's just been a wonderful, wonderful game to watch, wonderful game to play, and the biggest play of the game for North Bay is made by number 22 for the Bulldogs. So you're going to see what I think is the sexiest play in football, the victory formation, simply taking a knee twice, and that's it, guys. This one is all but over. And what is a hugely strange ending to a fantastic game. We're really just, I'm speechless. It's been a fantastic game to watch, fantastic game to call. It's been a really physical point game, but you know, I really, my heart goes out to the Beckwith fans and the players who are just devastated right now at the end of their perfect season. With 22 seconds left to go in the game, we're going to see 2 more knees heal, and that's going to be the end of it. And that is the ball game.
What an ending, Ron. Unbelievable. North Bay, 5-3. Cinderella, Ron. You called it. Just a tremendous football game, and what an ending. Hats off to the Beckwith Irish. Aiden, coming in 10-0, and unfortunately, the ill-advised play there at the end where a little high snap, and really tried to make a play, and but great champions, great league champions, and Ron, we saw some great football here in the championship.
It's been an amazing football, amazing day of football, starting with, again, earlier in today, the Guelph Griffins upsetting the undefeated Woodstock Wolverines in a fantastic game. And I said to you on a number of times today, Jay, this game felt like it was the same type of game. The underdog was dictating the pace to the team. And it's not that Beckwith came in cocky or brash or anything like that. They were just outplayed by a team that was hungrier. And again, Beckwith is physically huge. And again, my heart bleeds for these guys because they played their hearts out, played a great game, made the great adjustments at halftime, It was 8-1 at half. Then all of a sudden, the final score is 18-15. It was a wonderfully played game, well coached, physical, both sides of the game, both sides of the ball. I'm telling you, the first two games, it was pretty easy for us to call the MVPs, the offensive and defensive players.
There's a lot of guys that could have won it, Ron.
We really could have given this to a number of kids. The kids who are going to win it, we'll announce that in a few moments here. But it could have gone to, honestly, 5 or 6 kids on either side of the ball for either of the teams.
Ron, at the end of every season, I like to sing that Jaws movie. Farewell and adieu.
Yeah.
The old Spanish ladies. Farewell and adieu, you ladies of Spain. Show me the way to go home. This is it, Ron.
Yep.
We've had a great year. Yeah, the summer program, you've been calling all kinds of games from Pee Wee to Adam to Varsity to Tier 1 to Tier 2. And just thank you for everything that you've done for us, Ron. Calling games this year for youth football in Ontario, the Ontario-Baltimore matchups yesterday, giving them your free time, Ron. And just want to thank you. And again, thank WeeStreem, for putting this on. And you can get the archive video on OPFL on their YouTube page, and this would be a great game to rewatch for many reasons, Ron. For you, because you want to watch that offense.
I'm going to get some scouting tips on this.
And maybe switch that to a gun and just try to see how that works. I don't know.
Well, I don't even know if I switch it to the gun. I kind of like how things went and everything else. But it was just, it was a fantastic game to watch. Jay, kudos to you. Talking about me giving up so much of my time and everything else. And same to you, being the director of football operations for the Junior Mustangs out of London. And again, we were both involved with the coaching of the OFL All-Stars at the Bantam level yesterday. We're both here again today. Shout out to you, and I'll tell you right now, a shout out to your wife who has the patience of Job, and of course Rocco,
and
Rocco and Uncle Louie. But man, big shout out to Michelle for allowing you to be so many times away every weekend.
I think she likes me out of the house, Ronnie.
From May till like August, and for me, I get 2 or 3 days off, and
you're right back at it, Ron.
Right back at it. So there's the old saying, no rest for the wicked, and there's no one as wicked as I am.
Are you going to be by the pool tonight, Ron, reminiscing?
I think I'm going to spend the day in the pool tomorrow and not have my phone on and not listen to emails or anything else.
Well, once again, a thank you to Terry Barkley and Dan Fournier for the great season. Let's get the awards out of the way, Ron. It was tough. I was going crazy at the end, didn't know who to pick. Dan Fournier will hand out the game ball to the head coach, Ron, of North Bay. Can you just give us that, Ronnie?
So the head coach of the team is Doug Sorrenta.
And he gets the game ball, championship game ball. Congratulations to the North Bay Bulldogs on their OPFL 2 championship today here at Tim Hortons Field. Dan Fournier hands it off, and we'll have our defensive player, Ron. Let's get him from Beckwith, number 32, the defensive linebacker that you really like, Ron, Nathan LaBelle.
Yeah.
From Beckwith, number 32, Nathan LaBelle.
And Nathan LaBelle, the outside linebacker, he played himself a monster of a game. Shut down play after play, was by far the leading tackler on the Beckwith team, and just really played his hearts out. Undersized player. And just really played awesome.
There you go, Ron. Number 2, offensive player of the game for Beckwith. Made a big throw late in the game.
Yeah, Mason McGriskin, the quarterback for the North Bay Bulldogs. Fantastic game, controlling the offense and everything else. Just a really great game. And I'll tell you right now, we thought about a number of linemen on the North Bay for this award as well.
And here's the MVP, Ron. You really like this guy, the two-step man.
Yeah.
And boy, can he run downhill.
From the Bulldogs, number 32,
Ryan McColeman was, for me, hands down, the best player on the field today for both teams. The balance, the speed. What really impressed me was his ability to finish runs. His balance and vision. It was just a fantastic job by the young man, and kudos to all the players.
Well, here comes the banner presentation, Ron, as Mrs. Walsh hands out Beckwith. Well-deserved, great champions, league champions, untested all year until this game. And to come up 3 points short, it's tough, but congratulations to the Beckwith Irish and their head coach, Scott Brum, Rob Mullen, and Rob Ham, and the rest of their staff.
Yeah, Beckwith, I'd not seen them before. I'd heard about them. You try to do a little bit of research, and they're just physically huge. And but the undersized, you can never judge the size of the fight in the dog, the undersized Bulldogs.
And here's the granddaddy of them all, Ron. Call it away as the captains take the banner and that sweet trophy. OPFL 2 champions.
The OPFL champions of 2018, ladies and gentlemen, the North Bay Bulldogs. Congratulations to North Bay, congratulations to Beckwith, congratulations to the Guelph Griffins earlier at the Bantam level. Again, congratulations to the the only undefeated team in the province at the Division 2 level, the Vaughan Rebels.
Yeah, very talented team. And I'll just close with this, Ron. Again, thank you to WeeStreem for bringing this to you live, and just the opportunity to bring you football with all these different camera angles. It's amazing to watch at what WeeStreem does. And I want to thank the OPFL executive one last time. And again, the fans, the parents, and most importantly, Ron, the kids. Great season of football all around Ontario. Hopefully guys that are injured will get healthy. And we'll look forward to seeing fall football and the high school runs. And for you, Ron, the LMFA run that you're about to go on, and good luck. And anything that we can say about this great game in Ontario, it's getting better and better. And it's time that we start bringing home some gold medals at the Canada Cup level.
I agree.
And for that, I'm for Ron Ferorta and WeeStreem, and for Terry Barkley and Dan Fournier and Mrs. Walsh, I'm KJ Kennedy. I'm signing off. Thank you for tuning in to WeeStream, Tim Hortons Field, Champ Day regional action. We'll see you next year.
No parents on the field. No, it's a